All right, so we usually do. We posted one last night, which was the Star Wars theory against Ubisoft commentary. So that's up. We do videos like this where we commentate, do my reactions and whatnot. So if you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Here we go.
I'm losing my mind over this. Here's what's happening. My partner and I got a new printer. It was an HP. It seemed fine. And I went to print like a...
Is that loud enough for you? Hold on one second.
packing label or something, and it just wouldn't print at all. And I couldn't... There's no message on my computer that was explaining it.
And the ink is completely full. I replaced it like last week.
And the reason it's not printing says payment method needs updating.
Subscription model for ink. A subscription model for ink. This is a subscription model for BMW for your heated seats, right? People are paying subscription models for everything now. Cannot print with installed HP Instant Ink cartridge. Sign into your information. This page does not count towards your HP ink. So if you have ink in your printer, first of all, I don't even have a printer anymore. But if I did, I would take a baseball bat like the Office Space. I would take it outside and start smashing it. Okay? But let's continue.
Cannot print with the installed cartridge. As you can see, this page is printed fine.
That's infuriating.
Wait a minute. The printer won't let her print, but the printer prints out the paper telling you why it can't print. What? What are we talking about? It can't print. This is the reason it can't print. But you just printed. You just printed.
I would be so mad if I'm trying to print something out and my printer is like keeps printing out a page that says I can't print. I won't print.
Bro.
I won't print, exactly.
Maggie's brand new printer had been working normally for 6 months before it suddenly refused to print. She did some digging and realized HP had enrolled her in their ink subscription service called Instant Ink.
Get ready to ink differently with HP Instant Ink.
Oh yeah, you're definitely inking differently.
Your printer anticipates when you're low and sends you the right ink right on time for less.
But Maggie's printer still had ink in it when it stopped working. It turns out that when your Instant Ink subscription expires, or if you cancel it, HP remotely kills your cartridges.
Bro. Throw that shit out. Throw it out. Do not support HP in any way, shape, or form.
That's when I started Googling it and figuring out, like, that's a problem other people were having.
The ink that you paid $122 some for, that's in your printer right now, you can't use that.
I have 2 full cartridges that I don't have access to because I canceled HP's Instant Ink monthly service that they want to fuck everybody.
Whoa! All right, calm down. Calm down. We don't need to curse. Jesus Christ. He's saying fuck. I wasn't expecting that.
Subscriptions are so annoying and they're everywhere these days. There are monthly fees to watch movies, listen to music, shop, play video games, water your plants, use your sewing machine.
I'm sorry. Subscription model. Did I hear that correctly? For watering your plants? What? What? Come on, people. Are we getting this fucking lazy that you can't even get up to water your goddamn plants?
Fees to watch movies, listen to music, shop, play video games, water your plants, use your
sewing
machine, brush your teeth, turn on your lights, open your garage door, start up your car,
open your garage door,
video games, water your plants, use your sewing machine, brush your teeth, turn on your lights,
brush your teeth. What are you guys doing? What are we doing? Brush your teeth. Oh my God. A monthly subscription to brush your teeth. I can't. I didn't think this video was going to make me this angry.
Your garage door, start up your car, use your fridge, your toaster, your water bottle.
Your toaster, your water bottle. Oh my God.
There's so many subscriptions you probably didn't notice that we made up 3 of these. And I bet you can't guess which one.
Oh God. Oh, thank God. Oh, she said she made up 3 of these. All right, which one do you guys think they are? Which 3 do you think she made up? She said like watering your plant, garage door opener, brushing your teeth. That's the redneck out there. He's brushing his tooth, right? What three are made up? Let's play some music while we wait. What three are made up, chat? I'm gonna go turn my fan on real fast. East Vandal says water, toothbrush, garage are the three. I swear to God, if those aren't the three, Vandal, I'm gonna lose it because those three should be, right? Because those are the ones I brought up: watering your plant, brushing your teeth, and garage door. Like what? Jones says water bottle and garage door. All right, here we go. Let's see.
You probably didn't notice that we made up 3 of these, and I bet you can't guess which ones. It's these 3.
Okay. It's the Lightify, Quench Monthly, and Rye TO. So, for fuck's sake. So the water bottle was one. So one of you guys got that, right? But the garage door, watering your plants, and the toothbrush are real. What are we doing as a society?
Buying an expensive physical thing and then also having to keep paying for something every month. So it's just kind of like frustrating.
After talking to Maggie, I started looking into all the ways that companies make us pay endlessly to keep using the stuff we already.
My wife came in and says, what subscription am I signing up for? Well, we don't have a garage door, so you can't sign up for that one. There's a toothbrush one. It's a toothbrush that you can't use unless you pay a subscription. So it will stop working, meaning you brush your teeth, it's an electronic one, it just won't work because you forgot to pay the subscription. So someone will be in the bathroom, turn the water on, put the toothpaste on the thing, and can a toothbrush break, chat? Even if it doesn't move, I can still brush my teeth with fucking retarded. Okay. Yeah. Who forgot to pay the subscription for my toothbrush? I don't know. It doesn't tell you. What's that? Yeah, just take out the battery out, I guess. I have no idea. The printer cartridge can't print. Okay. But the printer will print a page out to tell you that it can't print. And then if you hit it again, it'll print another page out saying we can't print, and it'll tell you why you can't print. You have to pay a subscription fee for that. What was the other one, chat? Oh, watering your plants. Oh, God, my wife's looking at me. She's like, that sounds like a good one because she has to water all the plants. No. It'd be a little device that you put onto the plant. And you go, boop. And then it... No. Yeah, my wife says they're millionaires, so it doesn't matter. I don't know if they're millionaires, but
We own. Over the past 10 years, businesses using the subscription model have been growing almost.
Sin says the garage door opener is real. My father uses the app on the garage door. We do know that garage doors had a garage door opener this entire time, right? You don't have to do it from your phone. It's just a little thing that clips onto your visor and you just hit a button. They actually built them into the cars now. It's usually underneath the sunroof, if you had a sunroof, or it's connected to your actual rear view mirror. What are we talking about?
Almost 4 times faster than traditional companies. Like most people, I thought subscriptions were just an annoying and frustrating cash grab by greedy corporations. And they are, but we're losing more than money. Subscriptions are actually changing our relationship to the stuff we use and rely on every day in a kind of dangerous way. Do you know how much you spend on subscriptions?
Vandal says, who moves their hand while brushing their teeth in 2024? Just pure greed. I just want to do this. It's crazy. Crazy.
For the average American, it's nearly $300 a month. Let me
Okay, wait, I missed this part. We're gonna rewind a little bit here.
Subscriptions are actually changing our relationship to the stuff we use and rely on every day in a kind of dangerous way. Do you know how much you spend on subscriptions? For the
I do.
average American, it's nearly $300 a month. Let me guess, you're thinking, there's no way you spend that much. Well, the average American also underestimates their monthly subscription bill by at least $100, so maybe check again. Point is, people are sick and tired of subscriptions. I'm assuming. I couldn't actually read the article.
She couldn't read the article because you got to pay a subscription.
But this business model isn't new. It's been around since at least the 15th century with the invention of the printing press. Newspaper readers subscribed by writing their name underneath an agreement. Sub, under, scribe, write. The publisher earned customer loyalty and therefore a predictable, steady revenue by offering customers a convenience, extra
The newspapers. Well, it's a good thing we got rid of the newspapers.
value, or both. In this case, the latest issue delivered straight to their door. It was a win.
Altern says, joke's on you. I paid nothing because I'm not subscribed to anything. Thanks for becoming a member. I think someone gave you a gifted, but it's funny.
Win. Media subscriptions were born in 1948. Cable TV brought higher quality signals for a cheap monthly price. In 1997, Netflix extended that concept to DVDs, free delivery and no late fees.
Oh. Those what was it? Columbia House.
And when they launched their streaming service in 2007, eventually leading to, well, all this, that provided an even bigger value. Unlimited music, movies, and TV on demand that you don't have to lug around with you when you move.
Yeah.
This balance held through the 2000s and early 2010s. Subscriptions brought us free and fast delivery and affordable.
Not free. It's not free. Why do people think it's free? It's included in the pricing.
Way to wear designer clothing and cheap razor blades. But today, there's this new category of subscriptions where we're paying to keep using something that we already own.
We had that story where they wanted to charge to use a mouse. I think it was Logitech. Was it Logitech or Razer? One of them wanted to start charging to use your mouse. Like, bro. And you'd be like, I'm not going to use that mouse. And you would be right. You wouldn't use that mouse until everyone made all the mice that you use for your computer into that service.
How did we get here? Well, it all started with Salesforce.
Each one of our pods is a multi-tenant cluster. This has really increased our ability to deliver a very high, reliable solution for our customers.
Don't worry, I'm not going to explain what Salesforce is, even though I totally could if I wanted to. All you need to know is that they make software. The important thing isn't what their product is, it's how they sold it. See, through the 90s and most of the early 2000s, if you wanted to buy software like Word or Photoshop, you'd buy a physical CD-ROM. You'd install it on your computer and use that as long as you liked. But the problem for companies was that software is expensive to maintain. Software engineers are constantly fixing bugs and making security upgrades.
Oh, well, that explains the whole video game industry.
Those days, tech was advancing so rapidly that every year or so they would also release new versions with tons of new features. Salesforce positioned themselves as the anti-software. No big upfront costs for software that will be obsolete in a few years. Just a small monthly fee and you'd always have the latest version.
There's a editing software I use called Wondershare. Okay. Now Wondershare was, you used to pay for a lifetime fee, lifetime license. This was just like 2 years ago. Okay. And you paid like, I think it was like $100. You could have a lifetime license to use this. And they changed it and they said, well, you got to pay monthly, right? And people were pushed back on it and they said, well, you could still use Wondershare, but if you want the latest, greatest update, then you have to continue paying. So what they do is that they have updates all the time. Every single freaking day, there's an update for that fucking program. Okay? And if you stop paying for it, you're locked in at whatever the last thing you paid for. So if they added this new thing, you don't have that thing because you didn't pay for it. So it was supposed to be pay that $100 and for perpetuity for the life of it. You were supposed to get all the updates because you were supporting the company ahead of time. But then they said, fuck you. And they said, no, we're not going to do that.
Software was no longer a product that you buy in a box. It was a service that you paid a monthly fee to use. It was a huge success. Salesforce went public in 2004 and was the top performing IPO of the year. Microsoft launched Office 365 in 2010 and saw revenue grow by nearly 70%. Adobe went subscription only with Creative Cloud in 2013.
I stopped supporting them back in 2015.
Subscriptions have grown 16 times since then, driving most of the $200 billion company's growth. Most people still consider Apple a products company, but lately, their fastest growing revenue stream is their $24 billion subscriptions unit, which grew 14% last year. Investors love software as a service, but where's the customer value? Today, Photoshop costs $263 a year, which is a cheaper upfront cost than the $700 you'd paid before. But in about 2.5 years, you'll exceed it. So what additional value are you getting for that increased cost? Not much. The software isn't really improving that drastically anymore, maybe a new feature or two. Word also hasn't evolved that much since 2006, except for a few stylistic changes.
Over time, companies have seen this as a new way to squeeze a little bit of extra money out of consumers.
Then subscriptions crawled out of our screens into our physical stuff and became almost unavoidable.
It became really cheap to introduce network connectivity and embedded software into devices. So we see all sorts of things that don't really need software.
Fucking toothbrush. If one of you guys has a toothbrush, just see yourself out. Just see yourself out. If someone is paying for an electronic toothbrush you can't brush your teeth anymore. It doesn't work unless you pay a subscription model. Just stop.
That don't really need a Wi-Fi connection that now have them.
When manufacturers advertise smart products, the software is a selling point. They promise all sorts of flashy
Why even have a fridge? Just put a vending machine in your fucking kitchen.
Features. But smart appliances have shorter lifespans than regular dumb ones. And
of course they do. Of course they do. It's called planned obsolescence.
it turns out people don't really even use all those fancy features. Plus, software gets buggy and it needs a lot of maintenance.
My car would not let me inside.
There is a software bug, I think, with the latest update.
I can't even get out the vehicle.
She's stuck in the goddamn car because she forgot to pay. Like, you want to get out of the car? Well, you gotta pay.
Y'all can hear this motherfucking car.
A lot of times, software actually makes our stuff less safe, less durable, and weirdly hostile.
I'm in fine working order, giving these people exactly what they need.
Software is really the key tool that gives companies like the functional ability to control how we interact with an object.
These cartridges have a specific chip on them that is like communicating to HP. So if at any point it loses network connection, it won't print. Or if it recognizes that your payment method with your HP account has lapsed, then it won't print.
This tactic is called...
It's called scummy ass business model, is what it's called. Let's see what she calls it.
software tethering. And
oh, is that what it's called? I like my word better. Shitty ass scummy techniques, or known as software tethering.
Shows up all over the place. Car manufacturers have started trying to lock certain features behind a paywall.
BMW will let you freeze your butt off unless you pay them a subscription.
Heated seats. We talked about this last year.
$18 a month for heated seats. That's actually one of the craziest things I ever heard.
Tesla owner.
Hold my beer. That's the craziest thing you heard that day.
Have to pay $10 a month to gain access to all of their cars' navigation and streaming.
What? You guys that drive Teslas have to pay $10 a month to get access to all of this stuff? Wow.
features.
To have to pay extra for something that the car is in the car is ridiculous.
And Mercedes locked faster acceleration behind a $1,200.
Well, if you're only paying $30,000 for a car, but the car is actually $50,000 and you're going to have it for a certain period of time, then they got to nickel and dime you to get up to that $50,000. You know what I'm saying?
$100 yearly subscription, along with a bunch of other stuff.
Unlocking the dash cam will cost you an extra $16 a month. Remote starting this will cost you an extra $35 a year. If your Mercedes gets stolen, they will help you find it, but for $2.
Fuck you, Mercedes. That's what I would say. Right? Nope. I wouldn't do any of that stuff.
A month.
You bought that heated seat. You bought those components. They put that into the price of the vehicle, and now they're...
No, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. That's in the car, but the car was cheaper and you thought you could afford it, but then they added all this other stuff, right? Airplanes have been doing this for a really long time. You paid for the seat, just not that seat. You got to pay for the extra seat. Oh, you want to put your bag up? Oh, you want a table that comes down? You want your seat to recline? Oh, you want the headphones? You want all this stuff? Nope. Sorry.
Charging you for the right to use it.
A brand new electric vehicle, you can't even access the damn thing. This is 2022, people. This is what the future looks like.
We are massive in problems. We talked about this a couple months ago. If an EMP went off, okay, everything would stand still. You wouldn't be able to brush your teeth. You wouldn't be able to get in your house. You wouldn't be able to open the car door. You wouldn't be able to get into your garage door. You wouldn't be able to water your plants. You wouldn't be able to do fuck jack shit because people are losing their mind. They're like, oh, it's just so easy. I'll just pay. I'll just pay. I'll just pay.
Looks like.
Imagine if we charge you for gasoline, then charge you for the right to burn it in your engine.
This is greed. I don't care. Oh no, it's capital. This is greed.
It's the kind of stuff that just makes you want to.
Toyota owners have to pay $8 a month to keep using their key fob. Just give me a key. Just give me a key. Make the problem, sell the solution, right? There used to be a key you stuck in the car and then turn the thing and starts the engine, but now it's a button. It's a button, okay? I will rip that shit out and jab it with a screwdriver. I don't care.
Take a giant dump on someone's head.
It's not just cars. This new smart bassinet, the Aura Ring.
Smart bassinet. We can't even swing our kids anymore. As a baby, as an infant, they can't do anything. You're like, I don't got time for this. I don't have time to push with my foot as I read a book for the next 10 minutes. What kind of world do you think I live in?
It's not just cars. This new smart bassinet, the Aura.
I'm sorry. Was that bassinet?
It's not just
Hold on a
cars.
second.
This new
$1,700. But on sale for $1,271. Oh my God. Like, you know, you could just put them in a, like anything. You put them in a little basket, you know, a Tupperware thing. Take it back and forth. Like, you could buy something for like $50. Like, what are we talking about?
new smart bassinet, the Aura Ring, Hatch alarm clock, Ring camera. These are all expensive products that don't work fully or at all without a subscription.
Those kinds of subscription offerings aren't adding new value, they're just imposing a tax on using the things that we feel like we've already paid for.
This clear lack of customer value is also why so many streamers and subscription services have to use deceptive marketing practices to trick us into subscribing, like free trials that automatically become paid memberships and dark patterns that make it hard to cancel. Software tethering also allows companies to force
5 clicks to end a membership. That's one thing I will say to Microsoft, at least on the Xbox. It's like 3 clicks to get to the section where it's like you have to hit the Xbox button, then you gotta move over, right? And then you go into your settings. It's probably about 4 clicks, 5 clicks, but it's all there, and you just hit it and it's done. Like, it was super simple to cancel my subscription to Ubisoft Plus.
Force us to use their expensive refills. GE put digital locks on some of their smart fridges, so you
Digital locks. on their smart fridges.
You can only use their name brand water filters.
Get the I would take this right back. I would take this right back to where I bought it and said, shove it up your ass. Give me back. I just want a fridge that the door opens and closes. I don't give a shit about all of this bells and whistles. I want something so my food doesn't spoil.
Companies will encrypt anything: coffee pods, light bulbs, cat litter, and of course, print.
Well, there was those cats that they're getting killed by the automatic litter boxes. Have you heard of that? The litter box would close and then it would murder cats.
Ink. Also that we're forced to keep spending money with them. HP Instant Ink takes this strategy to the next level. They charge you based on how many pages you want to print, not
bro. $1.49 up to 10 pages. I will be more than happy to put it on a thumb drive and go to my local print shop and support a local business because they charge less than this, okay? And then get printed pages out from an actual person that's making a living off of it, unlike these greedy sons of bitches.
how much ink you'll use. Maggie thought an ink subscription meant new ink cartridges.
Did you see? Did you design that feature for cat litter boxes? You murder cats? Is that what you did? You wrote the code in to murder a cat leaving the box?
On demand, like Dollar Shave Club. But Instant Ink is more like a streaming service. Maggie doesn't own her cartridges any more than you own the movies on Netflix. Your access to them depends on a monthly payment. In other words, HP isn't selling you ink cartridges at all. It's renting them to you and charging you each time you use them. All
Jesus Christ, man. They're literally nickeling and diming you.
enforced by software tethering.
But there'll be some, well, actually, 30, the most people only use the thing for small periods of time, okay? And if you only use it a small period of time, you're actually getting much more money's worth out of it. So, yeah, it's a fucking insurance policy. It's a insurance scam.
It's not even like you're getting like unlimited use of your product that you have in your home. You're having to only use it a small amount. It's like I could just go down the street and print somewhere else or at the library where you have to pay a fee.
Hey, you're just paying for printing, but only when you use it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Or I could just buy the ink and I could sit there and use it and buy more stuff. Nah, we don't want to do that.
Cents.
Yeah.
Instead of like having one in my house that I have to pay for.
Maggie was kind of like, when I buy something and it comes with so many rules and restrictions, do I even own it?
No, you don't. What you do at that point is either return it or you take it out back and smash it. And you smash it. You just smash it.
That's a tricky question. We're going to come back to that. Subscription companies don't care how shitty our experience is as long as they make a profit. They'll even
included limited advertisements.
Kill their own products if that's what it takes.
A few years ago, Nest was making a home automation hub called the Revolve. And one day they decided...
I'm sorry, was that a bull? Was that a bull?
Years ago, Nest was making a home automation hub called the Revolve.
Life and smart home. Okay.
And one day they decided that they just didn't want to support this device anymore. And so they sent out an email to everybody that bought one of these things for $300, whatever it was, and said, hey, on May 24th, this thing just doesn't work anymore. We're turning them off.
Lawsuit. That's what happens at that point. Oh, I'm sorry. The thing you bought for $300 and that you're using in your house, it doesn't work anymore. Just because we don't feel like supporting it anymore because we didn't make enough sales off of it because we're out of our fucking minds. So you have this thing in your house and now it doesn't work. Sorry. Oops. No. Lawsuit.
Spotify did the same thing with their $90 device Car Thing less than 2 years after
lawsuit
it went on the market, as did Juicero with
lawsuit
its $400 juicer. And earlier this year, the electric car company Fisker filed for bankruptcy, which is
Fisker? More like fucker. Lawsuit.
Left thousands of people who bought that car wondering if they'll still be able to drive it when the servers go down, or if they now own the world's most expensive paperweight.
They don't support the car anymore. That's fantastic.
able to drive it when the servers go down, or if they now own the world's most
Won't be able to drive the car because the servers are down. Bro.
expensive paperweight.
In a world where your device isn't dependent on the servers that the manufacturer is maintaining, that's fine, right? If my toaster that I bought in 1995...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Holy shit. We just hit the middle of the universe. You think he's younger or older than me? Crazy.
If the company goes out of business, the toaster still works. Today, that is just not true anymore.
If you're a good coder, you might be able to figure out how to keep your bricked Juicero.
Oh no, Vandal, you're 100% correct, right? I don't want to deal with that either. There needs to be protect consumers. But before we get to that point, we have to sue these companies, and then while we're suing these companies, we have to set standards and protect the customer.
Or Fisker running anyway, but you'd have to bypass the company's software restrictions, which is illegal under Section 1201
Yeah, I just saw my doppelganger. It was weird.
of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA. The DMCA was passed in 1998 to prevent piracy. No.
The good old DMCA to protect the businesses that want to fuck you over.
The other piracy. And applies to anything with a computer in it. In 1998, that meant like a DVD. But in 2024, that's almost everything we own. And companies use copyright as the legal covering to lock us out of our own stuff. There are exceptions for law enforcement and research, but not for someone who bought a $60,000 car, or for Maggie.
If I don't want to continue with Instant Ink, the ink cartridges are pretty much wasted. It's not like you can unsubscribe.
Don't worry, they put them in a landfill and never do anything with them again. It's okay. It's good for the environment.
And keep using the ink.
Maggie's only option now is to buy new cartridges, official HP ones, of course.
I think the printer cost like $85, and then the new ink from HP is like $35 or $40.
Well, it's much better than what it used to cost. Remember what ink used to cost back in the day? The printer would cost like $100, but the ink cartridges for a 3-pack would cost $200.
So it's about half the price of the printer just for one ink refill.
And that's exactly what HP intended. The CEO freely admitted.
Yeah, this is 100% where we agree, right? We agree on stuff like this, right? People have to pay attention. People want to walk through the life and be like they don't care. They just want someone to hand them something and go, oh, thank you. Instead of knowing what the fuck they're doing, you have to vote. You have to call people around, okay? Talk to representatives, set stuff, get rules in place, because companies and people will take any moment they have and try to fuck you 3 times before Sunday. 6 ways? Whatever the fuck that term is, okay? They will fuck you over as many times as possible, okay? Because they don't care about you. It's all about the money. And great, I love money. Everyone loves money, okay? But they make the problem, they sell the solution in the most greediest forms possible.
It's this.
Our goal was to reduce the number of what we call unprofitable customers, because every time a customer buys a printer, it's an investment for us. And if this customer doesn't print enough or doesn't use our supplies, it's a bad investment.
They're bad customers anyway.
Right. Why put all the risk on us? I make a printer, but I don't know when they're going to print. So I'm going to charge them a shit ton of money a month. And if they don't print, well, I'm still going to charge them. Like, do you see the problem? Business back in the old days was, I make a product, I put it out there. If it's a good product, it sells. If it's a shitty product, it doesn't sell. They go away, bye-bye, see you later. Okay? No difference in video games. Make a video game, sell a video game. Video game does well, it makes the next video game. If it doesn't sell well, you're a racist. With this, if it doesn't sell well, they don't want any kind of risk management on their side. It's, let's throw it towards the customer.
If they're not using HP cartridges, because
exactly.
you haven't made any money on them yet.
Exactly.
So to recap, Salesforce made all software into a subscription and then everything became software. Now companies don't have to earn our loyalty to get that predictable revenue.
They don't got to do anything. They just put it out there. Just put it out there.
They can just force it with their software locks, and they're legally protected by our outdated copyright laws.
That, I think, has led to a really profound change, not just in the law, not just in our economy, but like in the way that society operates. It's really crucial that people have some degree of control over the devices that they rely on every day, right? Their phones, their cars.
Today, the balance of power is so out of whack that consumers and lawmakers are fighting back.
Now to a consumer alert about those pesky subscriptions. Today, the Federal Trade Commission issued what it calls the click to cancel rule.
Click to cancel basically means
this is good, but this is not the answer. This is good, but this is not the answer.
that if you click to subscribe, you should be able to click to cancel. And if companies don't comply with it, then we can go forward with civil penalties, which means that they'll be liable for thousands of dollars.
Ooh, thousands of dollars.
The law cracks down on free trials that charge you if you don't cancel on time and subscriptions that automatically renew.
We're really trying to address that by requiring companies to disclose upfront the full set of requirements.
If you're a business owner right now, if you're selling anything right now, if you sell something and actually sell something, you would be a billionaire. No subscription service. You actually market it and say, hey, buy this glass of water, and it's your glass of water. Like if you just buy something and it's theirs forever, okay, you would make tons and tons of cash because you're the oddball out.
Requirements that will follow once you do sign up, and also make sure that users are not spending precious hours of their life navigating these archaic bureaucracies just to be able to stop being charged a monthly fee.
The FTC is also going after Adobe and Amazon for their shady subscription practices, and consumer protection groups want them to go after software tethering next. No more locking all the best features behind paywalls or surprise bricking. This consumer advocacy is working. HP is phasing out Instant Ink, citing customer pushback, and public pressure also killed BMW heated seats and Keurig's coffee pods. But there's a more fundamental change that we need to start taking seriously. When you pay money for a product, that's yours now.
That's right. That's right. That's now how it should be now. That's how it's been forever. You buy product, you give money to someone, that thing is yours.
It's not a lease, it's not a monthly subscription. I pay you one time, I own that thing, right? And I get to behave as if I own that thing.
There's so much more to explore on this topic that we're actually going to put it into a second part to this video. We're going to look at why our stuff breaks more often and why it's so freaking expensive to fix your iPhone, your car, and all sorts of other products.
The part itself was about $150, $160, but my bill was almost $5,000.
And we're going to dig into the bigger question Maggie
I want to see part 2.
Printer. Do we even own the things we buy? Stay tuned for the answer in a couple weeks. Thanks for watching The Classroom.
Never seen stuff like this. I forget who posted. Was it Robert Jones? Did you put this in the Discord? I think you did. Okay. Give it a like. Go check it out. It's Most Perfect Union. They're in the description down below. All the stories that we've covered are in the description down below. The ones that we